Welcome to Talkin' Baseball with Brian Stoll and Andy Van Slyke, exclusively on 101sports.com.
Welcome back to 101sports.com with Andy Van Slyke. I'm Brian Stoll, and this is Talkin' Baseball. You've been through these sort of things before. What does it do for a team when the star player, the guy, has a weekend like Albert Pujols just had against the Cubs?
Well, I think for every successful team, it doesn't matter if you're playing baseball, basketball, football, hockey. At that level, every player wants to have a guy that takes his team, puts it on its shoulders at times, and propels them forward. And Albert's been struggling in that category. I mean, and until this weekend, you can't really look back at the season and think, man, you know, Albert did this or Albert did that. Well, this past weekend against the Cubs, people will remember this weekend when if the Cardinals go on and win, they're going to say the Cubs series. That's when he got hot, and that's when he took the team and everybody rode it on his shoulders. So psychologically, it's important for Albert. Not as important as for the players on the team, but for Albert, it puts him in a leadership role where he's very comfortable.
Yeah, because you've spoken before the difference between having hits and impact hits, and certainly this weekend there was no bigger impact.
No, and think about it. It was almost 15 years since a player at the big league level won back-to-back games with home runs to have his team win. So I think that and the way he did it, the team he did it against, in the dramatic fashion he did it in the 9th and 10th inning, it doesn't get any better than that. All right,
and the question has to be asked, because I know Cubs fans are still bemoaning the fact that Mike Quade actually, not once, but twice, so go ahead and pitch to Albert Pujols.
Well, you know, the fact that at that point in the season, I would have done the same thing. I mean, after this weekend, if Albert stays hot, I'm sorry, I got to try to make him swing at balls, and that certainly don't throw the ball in the strike zone.
Yeah, and the other kind of lost in everything, Chris Carpenter, another strong outing yesterday, doesn't get the W, but again, another quality start and kept the team in the hunt.
Yeah, you know, quality starts are for young guys who are trying to make contracts. for Carp, he wants the Ws. But having said that, he knows he pitched well enough to keep his team in the ball game, and he's a leader on the team, leader in the starting rotation, so he felt like he had a big impact. It obviously did.
It's going to be a fun series as the Cardinals on the road now, heading down to Houston, and then a big series against Milwaukee. We'll talk about that next week. For Andy Van Slyke, I'm Brian Stoll. We've been talking baseball on 101sports.com for 101 ESPN.